Alright, greetings from my house on a Friday night. We're going to be doing our at-home elephant toothpaste experiment here in just a second. I'm making a couple cameos tonight. Maya, the kitty cat, and Newman, our puppy dog. Newman's still a little under the weather, so he's staying pretty close to us tonight, but pretty excited to have these two guys helping me out. So to do elephant toothpaste at home, there are really a lot of different ways that you can do it. I'm going to show you the most cost-effective ways and what I think are the simplest ways to do it. What you're going to need is just simple hydrogen peroxide, and get it Kroger or Publix. I think Publix is actually cheaper. I think it's about 73 cents for a large bottle, so take it if you like it. And some just instant dry yeast. I've already put mine in the cups here, so it's open, but just the rapid dry yeast, you can get the jars if you want to. It'll work just the same. For part of it, you'll need some sort of stick. This is just a skewer for the grill, and a lighter, obviously under adult supervision. I have a glass bottle, but a tall glass or a vase will work just as well, in a bowl just in case it spills over. And then in just a second, I'm going to get out some dish soap. It just makes it a little better. The first thing you're going to want to do is get out some warm water and put your yeast packet into the water and go ahead and let it start activating. That way, while you're getting everything else set up, it's getting ready to go. The next step, if you want to do, the first way we're going to do it is with the dish soap. The second way is without the dish soap. So if you're doing it with the dish soap, the first thing you're going to do is add the dish soap to the bottom. We shop at Costco, so the only dish soap we have is Giant. Actually, I've found that the Kroger brand or the Publix brand actually has more suds and it looks a little cooler. But Dawn or anything like that works just fine. Next thing you're going to do is add your hydrogen peroxide to your bottle. And the proportions on this are kind of just a 1-to-1 proportion. Obviously, the more of the substances you use, the longer the reaction is going to go. But it doesn't really matter. I just use probably about 100 milliliters to 200 milliliters. Not a ton. We'll just to show you, but if you want to use more, obviously go ahead and use more. At this time, if you want, you can go ahead and put some food coloring in. Food coloring makes everything more fun, but I don't have any at home, so we're just going to go ahead and add the yeast for the first way to do this. So you just go ahead and add your yeast with the warm water. And what's actually happening is you have a rapid oxidation, so it is actually an exothermic reaction. So if you feel your glass or you feel the foam, it should actually be a little bit warm. When I touch this, it's actually a warm foam. It feels a lot like a warm shaving cream. But when you do the soap like this, you get these really thin bubbles, and it's harder to do anything else with it. But if you do use the food coloring, you do want to use the soap because it does make it a little better. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the other way to do it right now. Just go ahead and dump this out, rinse it out. Tough to get all the foam out of this one. And one more rinse. Alright, on this one we're going to do literally everything the same, except we're actually going to leave out some ingredients, and then we're going to go a couple steps further at the end of the process. So back into the bowl. Don't want to make a mess. I know how messes go at home, so we don't want to make a mess. Go ahead and add your hydrogen peroxide straight away. Use a little more this time. But again, you want to go to about 1-to-1 ratio. How much is really dependent on what kind of reaction you want. We'll use our other batch of yeast here and just go ahead and skip the other steps. And again, it's an oxidation reaction, exothermic reaction. Go ahead and it should start bubbling up now. All right, it starts bubbling up. Now we're going to use, with adult supervision, we're going to use the flame to prove that this is actually oxygen coming out of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to let it do its reaction for a little bit. While that's happening, we're going to just create an ember. We don't want a flame. We just want an ember. So I'm going to burn the end of this. When I think I have an ember, you're going to blow it out. So I've got the ember right there on the end of it. Obviously it's not a flame anymore. Once it meets the oxygen, oh no, it went out. Once it meets the oxygen, it should relight and reignite. Now if you have too much suds, that's why you can't do it with the soap. I may still have some soap in there. If there's too much soap in there, it would just put it out, which we don't want. We'll see if we can't get it this time. There we go, a little bit. See if we can just get it. Oh, putting it out. Well, in any case, when you do that, it should reignite. I think my bottleneck may be a little thin. I think it's just putting it out there. But if you use a wider neck bottle, it should just reignite the flame there. And it is a really cool experiment. It is exothermic, so if you feel the glass, it actually should be warm. It's a really great example of some fun science that you can do at home. I'm going to give it one more shot with the stick. And then we will be good to go. Fingers crossed on this one. Maybe third time's the charm. We'll get it to work all the way. And the answer is no. So, anyway, have fun with this. Try it for yourself. See if you can get it to work. We got it to work in class really well on Friday. So I'd love to see what you have. Email me your videos. Upload them to Google Classroom. 10 points extra credit on your quiz grade. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Alright, we're giving it one more shot. I was pretty upset that I couldn't get it to work. Now I want you to see what it's supposed to look like. So we're going to get our ember going. I think we can get it to go now that the suds have gone down a little bit. It looks really cool. So with an adult supervision, just with the ember, go in, and the oxygen will reignite your flame. You can blow it out. When you put it back in, the oxygen, if you find it, there we go, should reignite your flame. You can actually keep redoing this until the oxygen is burned up, or you get your plume too wet on there. So have fun with it. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thanks.